Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike. I'm the Okie Entrepreneur. And before we get started, if you would please do me a huge favor and like the video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to talk about real estate investing, entrepreneurship, your regular 9 to 5, and how you are preparing for the future. So, good news is the election day's over, so the annoying ads hopefully will be all gone. Unfortunately, there's a lot of places that they keep counting votes. So anyway, till next time, I hope your candidate that you voted for was successful. But on to more important things like our futures. So our real estate 30-year fixed mortgage is going to go up. Yes, I do believe the prime is probably going to raise one more time and then stabilize. So for people who have been in the market, so they've owned rentals before, for years now, that cost is making them a ton of money. So inflation makes rich people richer. That's something you need to understand. But if you're like a lot of people and you're buying investment properties because the stock market's in the toilet for a while, it'll come back. There's options. So fixed rate or adjustable, an ARM. So we have a few properties in an ARM, and sometimes it's based on the current rates. We have quite a few fixed. So according to the terms, maybe it'll change in 3, maybe it'll change in 5. They put a cap on how much it can go up. But a lot of people feel that there's a mortgage crisis or a housing crisis coming up, that houses are sitting on the market longer. I'm seeing this. Redfin just laid off 13% of their workforce. So if you're thinking about buying these properties that are still too expensive, what kind of loan do you want? So for the typical, I think, entrepreneur is you're getting a 15 rate. If you're going to a conventional finance in a bank, they're giving you a 15-year note. Sometimes if it's a nice enough property and you're spending quite a bit of money, it's probably maybe 20. So you're probably at about 7% right now. So you're going to be paying 7% for 15 years probably. That's the general commercial loan that I'm accustomed to. Our interest rate's going to be that high for the next 15 years? I don't think so. I think after the economy stabilizes, it's going to be a bit of stagflation, and the Federal Reserve interest rate is a big knob for the economy. I think they'll come down. I think the 30-year fixed ought to land about 5.5, 5 instead of 7, and they've doubled basically in the last 6 months. So what you were getting when you were buying a house before isn't what you can find now, and the housing prices on these investment properties are not reflecting that change. So let's get the board out and do some math. My favorite subject, not. So typically, like I've talked about the 1% ratio, let's say you found a property, it's $100,000, and it's at just to make things profitable, let's say it's a 20-year note. I ran this model on a 15-year note, and you actually lose money. So as you can see, at 6% interest, you're at 85.19 on your cash flow. And all this is just demonstrating your cash flow. All the numbers are all different for every different property and every different person. This is just to make it easy. 85.19 at a 7% interest, you're at 38.09. So you're now making $47 a month less in cash flow. So if you are basing your investment model on $200 a door cash flow, 25% of your cash flow is gone. You're not making it. So rents are going up, plain and simple. Investors are not going to eat this 25%. Rents are going up. Is it going to be 7% for 15 years? No, I don't think so. So there might be something to be said about not buying, maybe doing an ARM, because if it goes down, some of them will go back down. Or we need to negotiate these prices down because 25%. So essentially, every time the government forces interest rates up, the government is raising your rent every percent, roughly $50 on everybody. Don't blame me, blame the numbers, all right? And that's just the way it is. For people to invest in a property and put in cash flow money to fix it up, paint it, put carpet down, make it a nice home, and make it somewhat affordable, we have to make a profit. We have to cash flow. Equity, I heard this guy say this on YouTube, equity can come and go, but cash flow is always there. It has to be. Without cash flow, there's no sense in doing business. So tell me below, put me in the comments, what do you think in the next 6 months to a year? Are you out until some prices start, coming back down to reality and start reflecting a 7% interest? 2 years ago, we were at almost nothing. So these people think those houses are worth X amount, and they're actually worth Y amount. Some people are still buying. I think I saw a stat about institutional buyers, but Zillow and Redfin, they were some of these institutional buyers, BlackRock, and they got to be bleeding because they're just not making any cash flow. So if they're hoping that equity will overcome that cash flow deficit of 25%, because the numbers are the same for them. The numbers are the same for them. They might have a better, maybe get a 25-year note or a 30-year note, get a little bit more cash flow, but essentially we're all in the same pool here. Tell me below, what do you think? Is it time to wait? I'm thinking January, February, these homes and these sellers are going to start accepting lower offers. But, if you're setting a price point on your cash flow, setting your price point on your rental target on a property you just bought and rehabbed, you're getting to the point now, because wages in certain areas are coming up slower than inflation. People can't afford your rent house, so you're going to have to lower your rent. And unfortunately, that's the boat we're in because of inflation skyrocketing. For whatever reason, I'm not going to get into that. And the Federal Reserve knee-jerk reaction and raising interest rates incredibly fast. So it's not allowing the market to, these decisions should be made with some forethought and slowly to prevent these huge swings and stuff. But I'm not the Federal Reserve chairman. So anyway, you guys have a great day and go find your next deal.